There's an information trending on Twitter right now on how a student in the UK was denied the UK post-study work visa because of a costly mistake he made while he was studying. And if you're an international student or you know someone studying in the UK, you need to share this video and make sure you watch to the end, as I'll be sharing with you some of the mistakes he made that cost him the 2 years post-study visa and how you can avoid them. Honestly, guys, this is an important information you don't want to miss out as an international student studying in the UK and hoping to get the graduate work visa to be able to build your professional career here in the UK. Hello guys, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Daniel. I'm currently studying in the United Kingdom and I share videos around traveling abroad. So if you're looking for first-hand information on how to move abroad, study abroad and what have you, then you're in the right place. Please click on the red subscribe button to join the growing family. And for my returning subscribers, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Upon completion of a postgraduate study here in the United Kingdom, an international student applied for the graduate work visa, which is for 2 years, and his visa was denied. And as you can see on the screen, it says that your application for permission to stay as a graduate has been refused. Now, the UK Home Office gave a reason why this particular student post-study work visa was denied, and the reason was due to the fact that he accessed public funds, which is not in accordance to the student visa condition. And it's very important, and I believe so many people that have been following my channel are aware of the fact that as an international student on the Tier 4 visa in the UK, you are not allowed or permitted to have access to any kind of public funds. And if you eventually gain access to this public fund, it's definitely going to affect your ability to get the graduate work visa, which is honestly very important for every international student planning to build a career or planning to build, a professional skill in the UK. Now, in this video, I'll be sharing with you all the public funds in the UK that you should not apply for. Now, so many times people make a mistake of applying for some of these public funds, and ideally, if you're applying for this public fund as a student, you're definitely going to be refused. But sometimes some of those are personnel or government officials obviously make errors. They're women, they make errors and probably end up approving a particular fund, or some international student who got information that make it look like they're not students, and they end up getting this public fund. Now the challenge with this is that it's definitely going to affect their post-study work visa. So I'm going to give you a full details of a full list of all the public funds you should not even bother applying for as an international student, as this is definitely going to affect your stay in the UK upon completion of your program. Now, the first this particular student that was denied visa, I decided to make a research, and I found the reason why he was denied the visa, the kind of public fund he applied for. Now, this is like a chart between the person that was denied and the person that put out the information on Twitter. Now, he assessed the low income grant and tax reduction for him and his dependents from the Aberdeen City Council through the Scottish Welfare Fund, not knowing that it's a public fund only for British citizens and EUs. Honestly, it's a very mistake that he made that probably saved him few thousands of pounds, and now this is going to cost him and his dependents the ability to stay back in the UK upon completion of his program. Now, we're going to be listing some of the some of the credits public fund you shouldn't apply for as an international student. Now, the first one is the personal independence payment. Guys, don't even bother applying for this. Help with housing from local authority, don't apply for this. As an international student, that's why they request for approval of funds to show that you have enough funds to sort out your living expenses and the balance of your tuition fee before granting you the Tier 4 visa. So as an international student, don't apply for help with housing from any local authority. Attendance allowance, don't apply for any attendance allowance here in the UK. Carers allowance. Now, this carers allowance, for instance, now if you come into the UK as a student on a Tier 4, and you've got probably one of your dependents is a bit sick, probably have an illness, and as a parent you're the one taking care of the child. Now, for people that are already citizens in the UK, now the fact that you're taking care of your child, or for instance, okay, let me put it in a more well explanatory way. If you're taking care of someone that has an illness, you have access to what is called a carer allowance because you are caring for someone. So the government pays you as a citizen for caring for your family. That's what it means. So if you're an international student on a tier 4 visa, don't apply for this. Even if you have a child or one of the family or dependents is sick, don't apply for a carer allowance. This is part of the public fund, because these carers or this parent taking of their children or children taking of their parents, the care allowance is from the tax everyone pays. So it's a public fund. Do not apply for it. Don't apply for child benefits. Obviously, if you apply for this as a student, you will be denied. But sometimes some of the government officials make errors. You might actually apply for them in ignorance, and they make errors. They probably didn't do their due diligence, and they approve the child benefit for you. You're definitely it's going to cost you a lot. Don't apply for this, and also don't apply for council tax reduction. Now, as a student on the tier 4, you are exempted from paying tax. So that is not you gaining access to public fund. Exemption for tax is different from applying for council tax reduction. So it's after finishing your program and you've moved to a graduate work visa, then you are expected to pay council tax. But as a student, you're not going to pay any council tax as a student. So do not apply for council tax reduction, and also do not apply for domestic rate relief if you live in Northern Ireland. Don't apply for council tax benefits. Don't apply for disability living allowance. Probably you have a child who has a form of disability, and probably someone just advised you to apply for disability allowance, and the child is under you, and you are obviously on a tier 4 visa. It's you accessing public funds, and your post-study work visa can be denied, or any future visa you're applying for in the UK can be denied. Do not apply for housing benefits. One of the good things about living in the UK as a citizen is, if you're probably struggling with income, probably you're not earning well, you're part of people on the low income level, you have access to certain benefits like housing and some of those amazing allowances that they pay for from our tax. So if you're a tier 4 student, you are not allowed to apply for any form of housing benefit or income support if you're not earning as much as possible, or income-based job seekers allowance. Honestly, they've got like loads of allowances they give to citizens. I'm just going to say this briefly. I met a particular African who have been here for so many years, and she's already a citizen, and she was interested at work for for a little, not a misconduct per se, but she was being chastised that she has to be careful or she will be suspended, and she said something funny. She was like, if I get suspended, she was telling me, and she was like, if I get suspended, I'm not bothered, the government will still keep paying me. They have to pay me allowance for being a job seeker, because I obviously lost my job. So it's a win-win for her. And what amazed me in the story was that she said she's probably even going to earn more from those allowances than what she's earning while working. Honestly, living in the UK as a citizen can be amazing. So that's by the way. So as an international student, you don't have access to any of these benefits. You don't have access to social fund payment. You don't have access to severe disablement allowances. Honestly, these are some of the things you need to know, because sometimes you fill some forms online and they ask that, oh, do you have access to these benefits? If you don't know, you definitely might make a mistake of saying yes, and the government official probably didn't do his proper check and approve. You might end up being in trouble for getting this benefit. And also, you are not allowed to apply for child tax credits, working tax credits, state pension credits, and many others. Honestly, I'm going to put the link of the list of public funds in the description of this video, so you can check it out and ensure that you are not applying or you don't have access to any of this public fund. And there's this particular refund most people actually get in as students. It's called the IHS fee refund. Now, if you work, sometime in last year, the government said that if you're working in any of the NHS companies, like any of the NHS hospitals as a carer, now you can, for like 6 months I guess, you can apply for like a refund of your IHS. And I saw so many students going ahead to apply for this refund. I personally, it's my personal opinion, honestly, you might choose not to accept or agree with it. I personally do advise any international student to apply for IHS refund. It's a bit dicey, to be honest with you guys. I understand the government said it categorically that you can apply, but I see no reason why an international student is applying for IHS refund. And that's because these people, ignorance is not an excuse. The fact that you are ignorant about something is not an excuse for you to actually do them. That's UK for you. You get, you take responsibility for any error you make, and the responsibility or the repercussion of your actions will actually be very costly. So guys, we need to be very careful on the kind of allowances or kind of funny benefit applications we put out there as international students. So if you have any other further information about this benefit of a thing, you're currently a student in the UK, or you're on the tier 4 tier 2 visa, you're on the graduate work visa, please state your opinion in the comment section, and I'll try to also respond and interact as much as I can. Honestly guys, this is an information that is important. You don't want to study, spend loads of money in the UK and get denied your graduate route visa, which is very important. Honestly, it's one of the ways to give you like a buffer to be able to plan on what you want to do next with your career. So I hope you find this video resourceful. If you do, please click on the like button. If you have any questions, state in the comment section, I'll try to respond, or anyone can respond as soon as possible. And if you're coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, you're welcome. Click on the red subscribe button to join the growing family. And for my returning viewers and subscribers, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you. So this will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.